Hello friends, very good evening. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Talent Traders. Those who are new to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe the channel to get more update on intraday and positional trading strategies. And this video, I'm going to discuss about my trades today, and also we are going to find out the stocks which is forming a higher high trend continuations pattern that we are going to see in this video. Again, if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe. So today we are using the perfect scalping intraday dashboard. From the dashboard, we have only one stock, that is RBL Bank, both in a 15 minutes as well as 30 minutes. So if we don't get any stocks for a 5 minutes and 5 minutes scalping for a buy as well as any time frame in a selling, we don't get any stocks for my today's intraday trading. So this intraday trading, which is giving me such a great opportunity to make in my intraday trade with the RBL Bank. The conditions which we have used is the candles which is consecutively making a higher high formation. Such a kind of pattern may it continues the trend, or it can reverse the trend from the after that three consecutive higher highs. There is a two possibilities where we can find out by using this method. So this is what the candle where we find out this stock by based on the charting scanner and the scalping dashboard. RBL Bank is about today it increased more than 10%. That means it triggers the upper circuit, and that was a great move from RBL Bank today. And let's look at this. This is the first 1, 2, 3 candles, and most importantly, the scanner which we are using the conditions never repaint, because we are fixing the candles and we are finding out the trade opportunities that may not be repainted by using this method. So the same which we can use for an intraday in Bank Nifty also, that I'm going to explain later on this video. And before that, so this is what a first 3-15 minutes is giving you some bullishness. So we may know the stock may continues the trend, or it can reverse from the top also. The possibility is there is a continuation as well as reversal. So we are making that third candle as a confirmation candle, where we find out 131.8 and the stop loss is near about 127.8. It is the lowest price for the particular third candle is around 127.8 and 131.8. There is a gap between this particular candle. The risk for the candle, if I am going to take a trade, that is around exactly near about 4 rupees is the risk for the trade. So if I'm taking a 4 rupees risk in this particular candle, so at least I need to wait for another 4 rupees to make profit. That is what the main key where we are going to focus, at least 1:1. So after the day high it made somewhere around exactly it is going towards maximum. This candle high is around 100 almost 4.48%. That means 5.9 rupees it increased. What we have taken risk is just about 4 rupees, and it gives you more than 1.5 times, and closed by 136.75. So this trade gives me a opportunity by using the stock were filtered by using that particular charting scanner by 15 minutes time frame. So what I did, so once the high is broken, that is what I entry want. It is breaking that high by the not next candle, it is after a next candle. Another importance about this candle, it is looking like a hanging man. So I'm not going to focus all the things here, whether it is hanging man or what are the candlesticks button, but this is also giving you some confirmations. At this point we are going to take a buy opportunity 131.8 once it is triggered. So today is the expiry, most of the premium is going down, and I focused that options for my buying opportunity. At exactly the entry got triggered nearby 10:15. The candle is started by 10:15. So after a 10:15 candle, that means we get a 10:15 to 10:30. There is a entry opportunities on that particular stock. If we are focusing for an intraday trade with the current month expiry, we don't allow to trade a current month expiry, because it is a physical delivery. Already it is a physical delivery. Let I'm going to check even though the current month of 130 or 135, because we are going to take a vote out of the money options is not a good. If your current month it's around 3 rupees something it is traded, and let's look at that around 10:15 to 10:20. It is trading 3 rupees, and then immediately it jumps over 7 rupees, and then at maximum moved up to 7.3, so almost double, right, based on this pattern, and closed by 7.25, no problem. But what I did, on I was taking a trade on November contract that is going to expire. If I'm focusing a ATM option, it is more than huge premium, that was almost around 10 rupees nearby. So I thought to buy next OTM, it's about 135. This was trading around 7 rupees nearby at around 10:15 to 10:20. It's about 7 rupees, near about 7 rupees, where I got my trade opportunity around 7.2. And after that, immediately within 1 hour, not 1 hour, within 30 minutes, it went up to 9.6 is the maximum. Just 3:15 minutes, 20 maximum 20 minutes, it moves to 9.6, and the end of the day it closed by 9.35. Doesn't matter, we exited almost 10k profit, this based on this intraday perfect scalping. So that is what my trade which I'm going to show you, which I done it in RBL Bank, which is giving me 7.2 is the entry which I taken. That is a contract which I have traded as November contract, almost 7.4 is the entry price, 7.2 is the entry price, and exited by 9.2, the lot size of 5,000, which generated me more than 4 digits figure, almost 10,000, exactly 10,000 rupees profit. By using the method, I'm not going to filter out with any indicators. I'm just focusing this candle pattern that was working well in an intraday basis. And one more trade which I have done in a Bank Nifty today in 5 minutes time frame. Let I'm going to show you that based on the method, Bank Nifty which I am going to focus for a 5 minutes time frame, the same one which is forming on the pattern at morning. So here is the pattern 1 2 3. So here you can see there is another pattern which is forms here, but it was not exactly a valid pattern. And here it's look at this 3 candles, 1 2 3, but this low is less than this low, so I'm not consider this as a exact valid pattern. So here it's a pattern looks like, but it's not a valid pattern exactly. And the next one which I'm finding out the same pattern in that Bank Nifty, here it looks like a great pattern. This 5 minutes pattern, once it confirms by the next candle, that entry got triggered. And if you are trading in a Bank Nifty, we may not go to focus on this kind of small risky. That means what was the risk we have taken in this trade, sorry, in this trade, it's about 41,352 and 317. It's a very minimum price gap. It can trigger any point of the time because very low, because it is a highly volatile stocks in a Bank Nifty. So in this kind of trade, I'm not keeping this as a stop loss, I keep this as my stop loss. Even if I'm making the stop loss at this point, sorry, from this point I'm making the stop loss, I'm not getting a huge one. So maximum stop loss is 100 point. So 101 point which I'm taking in a Bank Nifty risk. At the same time, it generated more than 199 points here. At this point it is 101 point. So if I'm making a 1:1 risk reward ratio, that was giving me a trade opportunity, and it trade got triggered my target. And let's look at that. After that, it coming down towards the low, almost 179. So more than what I'm expecting. It generated me more than that 101 point risk, where it is generate me almost 138 point profit. Today is the expiry. If you are playing with options, that is very difficult. But if I'm cross confirming with that one which is triggered here, and there is an entry opportunity, this entry opportunity which I'm focusing it for, this high price of the day or high price of that particular pattern is around 41,400. That I'm going to take a 41,400 put option. That I'm going to show you. I'll just keep my directly option charts of 41,400. What happened on that 41,400 option, Bank Nifty 41,400 put option, that is today's expiry. When the premium is very low, there is a good opportunity. Let's look at this is the point where we can see in the futures. Let me check at exactly the pattern which forms 1035, the same pattern which is reversed on. This is about a 1035, the same pattern which is reversed on a Bank Nifty at a 1035. It is a reversal pattern where we are going to see in a Bank Nifty is the downside, and this put option which forms a upside pattern. Let's look at this pattern. It's valid, right? So we have the opportunity at this top once it is triggered, and instead of keeping this low as a stop loss, I keep the recent low. I'm taking a just risk of somewhere around 80 points, I think. Just with exactly we will find out what was the risk involved in the trade. At this point, if the market coming to the low, almost 60 points, I'm taking the risk of 60 points at this low. And at this reversal point, when the 60 point where it is given me in the trade are not exactly at this candle, it made a high of near about 220, not this candle. Yeah, at this candle high, it is exactly forming a 220. That means it is already triggered my target. When here the high of this particular candle is 220, it was not shown here. Bank Nifty exactly forms a high 220 at this spike. At this time, it made 220, but here it's showing you 210, which may be a spike where it has happened. The trade got executed at 220 the first time, where at this point 1225 or 1220 that I'm going to show you real-time trades, because it may be the spike. 1225 it made high 1225 to 1220. We check the 1220 to 1225, exactly it made high of 220. But here in the chart, because they are using a 5 minutes time frame, they're not a real time, so tick by tick, it is not about a tick by tick, it is about a 1 minute data or maybe a 5 minutes data. So 220 is the highest level where I exactly met the target, because I took my risk of 60 points. From my entry, I'm going to keep a target of 660 points. That got triggered on Bank Nifty. So that trade will generate me another 10,000 rupees profit, because I have done with some quantity, higher quantity. If I'm done with the higher quantity, that is giving me another 10,000. But the concept is very simple. I'm not going to make any huge concept here again. There is a 151 is my buy entry, and almost 220 I am targeting, and it was triggered out, and it is also generating me a almost 10,000 rupees profit. These are my two trades which I have done, and another one Nifty which I have exited with 800 rupees. And here it's based on the same concept, which is where we are going to make profit from that. And the another concept where it is happening at this 123. At this level 173, it went up to 227. This is the second time where the stock made high, that a particular 41,400 put option which made high. The simple concept where we are using to find out a trade opportunity, and a few days back, and we updated Axis Bank on daily basis, so that is also working well on daily time frame. So we mentioned about this particular area after 3 consecutive higher high formation from 810, the stock is now 915, more than 100 point is generated, but we have taken the risk is very small in this trade, almost 30 points, 27 point risk. Now it moves towards the top is almost 108 point. So based on the same pattern where we are talking right now, this is the pattern, 3 consecutive higher high bars where it is forms, and there is a chances of making huge benefit by using that. So today what I'm going to do here after now, how many stocks which is finding out by this filter today, that I'm going to show you some stocks. And recently we have daily we are finding out of the stocks, and we have to filter out the stocks from that list. So once you can see at PEL, so I'm telling you the recent ones. PEL, which is on 20th, here there is an entry point, it is still in entry, there is a stop loss below 840. The risk and reward which we are going to, if it is a stock having higher risk, so we may ignore, and the stock having a small risk, we can keep the setup low also. And a lot of stocks, even ITC, so many stocks which forms such a kind of pattern. And here you can see the ITC 123 on 19th October. At this point we are going to focus on buy opportunity 347, and then within 2 days it moved towards 353, just about 10 rupees, but almost 6 rupees it moved. And HDFC, AMC, these are the stocks which forms such a pattern recently. And here 123 on 19th October, let's look at that 19th October. Once it is breaks that high of 1989, it went up to near about 100 points from the top. And what are the stocks which forms today? Let me go to check it out. and I'm going to, this may be a useful to you for your swing trade or your investment. So let me go for a JSW. What happened on JSW? Let's check it out. And here 1 2 3 in JSW, there is a pattern which is formed, but this the third candle which you are focusing it right now, it is huge one. Almost, if you are going to take the trade, it's around 35 points and more than 5% risk for the trade. If you are going to take a trade after the stock breaks that high of today's is around exactly 683, you need to keep the stop loss around 648. It's near about 30 points, more than 5%. If you are ready, so you can try to take the trade over and above 683 with the stop loss below 648. That is the stock which forms a pattern exactly after making this low. And previous pattern, you can see there is a result of this previous pattern. It's a small risk and there is a big profits. So you have to find out such a stock which forms a pattern by using, I used to scanners and screeners to find out this kind of stocks. And the second one is Jindal Steel, and let's look at about a Jindal Steel. And today 1 2 3 candle, if I'm going to take a Jindal Steel, it's around 4% risk, and this is the pattern where it is forms 3.55% comparing to the high. Is about the low is 16 point is the risk, 471 is your highest level to buy opportunity, and 454 is the stop loss. And there is a two trades which is present in this stock recently. There is a one setup that was a zooms, and the second one is here, and still the trade is continuous. This was triggered by the next day itself, and still your stop loss is not yet triggered, and there is a huge benefit. This is happening at the time of October starting, that is the 30th September. The last 1 month, how much percentage of the stock is generated return based on this pattern is about 3%. You are taken a risk. Right now it is about 9%, which is generative the profit by using this simple method where it is going to give you such opportunity. The second stock, and third one is a Sun Pharma, which forms the same pattern. And let's look at that. It is a doji, it's a daily gapping up, so we maybe ignore such a kind of pattern because the body of the candle is not good. And in the copper is another one, this one copper. Let's look at this. This is also not looks good because the body is not showing any strength. The wicks are very big compared to the body, so it may be rejected higher and lower sides, so we may ignore. So JSW and Jindal looks good, and Bharat Forge, that is also we are going to find out in the scanner, and this is also looks like 3 consecutive highs, and it looks good. The body also looking good, and the second one 3 consecutive highs. So if I'm going to focus the stocks to buy the above that level of 830 with a stop loss of 810, there is a 20-point risk, somewhere around 1.82%, 2.5% risk for the trade. If it is breaks over and above the 839, sorry, 829, exactly 830, we are going to focus for a buying opportunities on this particular stock that may be giving you some good opportunity where we can focus for. And some other stocks like ABFRL, sorry, ABC Capital, looks good, keep on increasing 1 2 3, and the body size of the candle looks good. And can we go for buy? Yes, sure. This is a stock where the price range of that particular stock is somewhere around, the risk factor is 1.9%. We can focus for a buy opportunity. We can keep the buying opportunity over 117.6 and keep the stop loss of 115.35. If it is breaks above 117.6, we can go for a long with a stop loss below 115.35. So another stock which we are going to focus it for our trade opportunity based on daily time frame. And the M&M, so another one is M&M. Let's look at that M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra, on daily time frame 1 2 3. This is already triggers you the entry somewhere around 1277. It is already 20 points higher, so don't go for this because it is started from here and it is keep on moving higher and higher. So let's leave it. And Dr. Reddy, so these are the stocks which I scanned by the scanner. 1 2 3 consecutive highs and around 4900 where it is keep over and above the level, we can keep the higher level and lower level, almost 1.5% risk. If the stock crosses above the level somewhere around 4520 above, we can focus for a long opportunity. And BPCL is another one. So let me look at that, how the stock forming in the pattern. So 1 2 3, it now looks good. The second candle low is greater than the first one, so we can ignore. Cipla is another one, so don't go for a Cipla. In equity it looks like that, so it's not a good one. And LNT is the final one, so let me go for a LNT. So again 3 consecutive higher high bars, and maybe here your stop loss got triggered. Let's look at this. Maybe initial sell entry. Let's look at this. Here the stock, we are focusing this third candle, and the risk for the third candle is 25 points. Initially the sell only first triggers. From your sell trigger from your downside, this is what your entry point. So you are taking 21 point risk from the low to high, 25 points, and within 3 days it generated you more than 40 points. So if you are focusing for a daily time frame, even reversal also possible. And there is a pattern which is forms here right now. And what was the risk which you are going to focus in the stock is somewhere around exactly 21 point, that is what 1.1%. So JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, and Larsen to Grow, BPCL, Aditya. So a lot of stocks were formed such a kind of pattern. If you are focusing these stocks for your next trading, so it would be a great and a better opportunity to make a trades. And lot of stocks, even you can use the same pattern in a multiple time frame also. If you have 15 minutes, we are using on the dashboard, and 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes we are using on the dashboard. That is working well and good. So I hope you understand that concept. In even a bank nifty also, it is working great and fine. So if you are going to see, this is the options where I taken today, and finally it became 0.41 400 put option. It's about not a 1 minute, we are talking about 5 minutes. It's about 99 is the closing. There is an entry point, that particular point around 10:35. And let's look at the previous days. Here there is an opportunity from 326, is closed by 425. And if you are watching the charts very carefully and clearly, you can find out such a great opportunity for your intraday trades. And that's about this video. I hope you like this video. And you are asking about the scanners and screeners. So most of the my scanners which I given you free, this one I'm going to give you as a paid scanner. So if you are interested, you can contact me, the number given in the description, or you can contact through WhatsApp or Telegram. So you may be getting, I'm not going to charge huge, it's a very minimum charges. If you are interested, you're really interested, you can contact me. Okay, so here that is a one which we are going to focus for today's trade opportunity. And there is a lot of stocks which are giving you such a great opportunity by using the patterns, and we are not using any technical indicators to find out. So the simple candlesticks pattern will help me to find out such a great trade opportunities in intraday as well as position. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are not subscribed, just hit the like button and share to your friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.